Good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to Against the Public for July 28th, 2025. We're off and running on a new week, one that features NFL preseason football on Thursday. So let's start the week off strong. I'm Dana Lane. Thanks for joining me. This is your first look at the opening numbers and movements for the biggest games on Monday. Major League Baseball comes in strong with a 15-game schedule as we move one day closer to the trade deadline. Matter of fact, NFL preseason and the trade deadline will be on the same day, so Thursday is going to be interesting. We'll kick things off with Toronto and Baltimore at 6:35 Eastern Time. Chris Bassett, 11-4, 3.88 ERA, takes the ball for Toronto. Toronto leading the Yankees by 5.5 in the American League East. A little bit of a surprise, but a lot of baseball to go. Zach Eflin, 6-5, 5.78 ERA, gets the start for the Orioles. Toronto opened up as a $1.16 road favorite, but professional money has pushed that back down to $1.10. So $1.10 on each side in this game. Public money still backing the Jays. The total is 9.5 under -15. Sharps are on the under. Public is on the over. And of course, side note in this one, Vladimir Guerrero and Bo Bichette both have 9-game hitting streaks on the line heading into this one. The premier series of the night starts in Milwaukee between the Cubs and the Brewers. The Cubs and the Brewers are tied for the lead in the National League Central, so certainly an interesting series there. Matthew Boyd will get the ball for Chicago, 11-3, 2.20 ERA. He'll be opposed by Jacob Mizorowski, 4-1. 2.45 ERA for Milwaukee. The Cubs are a $1.16 road favorite, total 8 under -12 after opening at 8.5. 69% of the money so far is on the Brewers, 65% on the over. And it does look like sharp money's on Milwaukee and the under. So a little bit of a difference of opinion there on the total. Milwaukee, speaking of hitting streaks, before we move on, we know that Jackson Chourio is on a 20-game hitting streak, which is the longest hitting streak in Brewers, not Brewers history, but the longest streak since Ryan Braun had that 25-game streak in 2011. So a lot of things to watch for in that game between Chourio and the fact that both teams are tied at the top of the National League Central. First pitch, 7:40 Eastern Time. I have 3 premium Major League Baseball plays on the Pickdawgz website as we speak. You will get those if you're an all-access member or if you buy those individually or in a 3-pack, of course. We will wash down the Monday schedule with 2 games in the WNBA, starting with the Seattle Storm and the Connecticut Sun. Seattle up to -12 after opening up as low as 7.5. Totals dropped 3 points to 157.5. Tip-off, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. An hour later, the New York Liberty finally play a road game as they head to Big D to take on the Wings. The Liberty have been bet up to 8.5 after opening up 4.5. Obviously, the health of Breanna Stewart is a massive factor in that. The total is now 172. That opened up at 166.5. And guys, if you haven't been paying attention to what we've been doing in the WNBA after smashing another card on Sunday, well, let me just get you up to date. Not informed, but get you up to date. I am the number one WNBA handicapper over the last 30 days. 63% winners, just under 1,000 units won. And amongst cappers over the last 15, or amongst cappers with at least 15 plays, I'm the number one WNBA handicapper over the last 7 days with 59% winners. So short-term results, long-term results, and again, it doesn't matter where the money comes as long as it does, and we're building bankroll every single day for the start of the football season. So we're crushing it. Make sure you get involved at Pick Dawgz. I got 3 plays on tonight's WNBA card. In all, we have six plays for all access members. And of course, guys, you know, we talked about that to begin the show. Man, we are 3 days away from the Hall of Fame game in Canton, Ohio. The line's still 1.5, minus $1.02. 32.5 is your total, minus $1, or 32.5 over, minus 12 is your total. Kickoff 8 o'clock Eastern Time on Peacock. So if you don't have Peacock, get involved right now. It's actually awesome. I love Peacock. Forecast does call for a clear 70-degree night, so it's going to be perfect, which is not, those games between lightning and I think, was it last year, they had issues going on the freeway, and there was flooding one year. I mean, crossing our fingers, this game should get through without any problem, at least according to current weather. Tomorrow, I will have side in total up on pickdawgz.com in this game. So we're going to start the season off right. I'm very excited if you haven't noticed. But first things first, let's dominate today. I also have my NFL preseason pass loaded up at pickdawgz.com. $199.99 gives you every player released from now to the end of preseason. And of course, we smashed the NFL last year. One of a handful of cappers that profited on the NFL. So don't miss out. I've also added a 2025 NFL and college football season pass. That's up there at the website right now. So if you're not a member, go to pickdawgz.com, the brand new pickdawgz.com, and become one today. Guys, before we get to your free play, I also always want to tell you, I mean, you can skip all the individual passes and the packages, just simply become an all-access member. And right now, Christmas in July, we have a few days remaining. $3.84 a day gives you every play I release from now to this time next year for one low price. That price will go back up on August 1st. So if that's not in your budget, you guys know there's a 3, 7, and 30-day pass up there as well. So check out everything. Go to the brand new pickdawgz.com website. And I'm so excited about football. Okay, that's the last we'll talk about it. Let's get to your free play for Monday. We'll be looking at rotation number 973, 974 between the Colorado Rockies and the Cleveland Guardians. Bradley Blaylock, 1 and 2. 8.67 ERA gets his sixth start for the Rockies against Slade Ciccone. 5 and 4, 3.76 ERA. The Guardians, as you would expect, are a massive favorite. 275 total, 9 under, minus 20. 85% of the public money is on the Guardians. I'm surprised it's that low. 80% is on the over. Sharps are also on the Guardians and the under, but I'm sure not too heavy because nobody's laying that kind of money. Slade Ciccone has started to become a pretty reliable arm, a little bit up and down early in the year, but over his last 4 starts, he's allowed just 2 earned runs in 3 of those starts. Well, I had 1 bad outing, but the rest pretty solid. He has pitched at least 6 innings in 5 of his last 6 starts. So we have a starter that I think, and actually against Colorado, we feel pretty confident is going to be able to minimize damage and also go deep into the game so they can give it off to that bullpen. And for the Rockies, Blaylock's numbers are certainly ugly, but most of that, if you remember, was because of him just being hung out to dry against the San Diego Padres in that 21-0 Padres win a few starts ago. He allowed 12. It's got to be the ugliest pitching line I've ever seen. 12 earned runs allowed in 3 2/3 innings. It was absolutely painful and, might I say, disgusting to watch him give up 5 earned runs in the first inning, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and then that 4th inning when he was tagged for 8 earned runs. I don't care what shape your staff is in. You can't let a kid out there like that take one for the team. You take one for the team, but that has taken 100 for the team, if that makes sense. Anyway, we go back, and that's why we don't take these overall numbers, and I'm sure people are betting the total based upon these overall numbers. But the good news is they allowed him to work through. They've given him 2 starts since then. He's given up just 3 earned runs in his last 11 innings since that debacle against the Padres, and that was against the Cardinals and against the Reds. So maybe we're starting to see him move in a positive direction. He'll definitely have a chance to add a quality start to his resume. We know the Guardians are last in baseball in batting average, 28th in slugging, and we know Colorado 25th in average and 22nd in slugging, actually better than Cleveland. Showing signs of life here over the last couple of weeks or so. But we know neither one of these teams can be relied on to put up big innings, not a lot of crooked numbers, and I don't think today is going to be any different. Wind is expected to be blowing in from left center 10 to 12 miles per hour, which is also going to further suppress any big innings from the long ball. So your free play for Monday is going to be under 9 minus $1.20. Now, guys, go to pickdawgz.com, where every individual play and every long-term pass is locked and loaded, including my annual all-access pass right now, just $3.84 a day. Don't forget, I have my premium Major League Baseball WNBA plays locked and loaded as we speak. Tomorrow, side and total in the Hall of Fame game. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you want to find me on X, I'm at Dana Lane Sports. For Against the Public, I'm Dana Lane. All the best to you and your wagers on Monday.